With a vision of bringing Christ's generosity of love to the emerging western edge of Sioux Falls, the faithful founders of Peace Lutheran established the church in 1965. Since then, Peace and its ministries have grown exponentially with the neighborhood it serves. Over the years, that growth of ministry has been facilitated through a number of building additions. Today, Peace ministers to over 4,000 members and supports their outreach to many more in the community and the world. And we all know our world continues to change. That's why in 2019, the Peace Church Council initiated a comprehensive planning process to determine what facilities would be needed to continue and expand the ministries moving forward. This presentation is a summary of that work. We call it PeaceNEXT, a building plan to facilitate our vision of expanded ministries to serve an evolving community. Ministries need a place to happen. Following a year of studying the space needs of our ministries, the Church Council appointed a group of leaders and members to the design team, which subsequently secured the professional services of a leading regional architecture firm, TSP. Following months of extensive conversations with the design team, TSP translated our ministry needs into a long-term master vision. Over the years, multiple additions have brought much-needed space, but with each one came more challenging traffic flows inside the church. Guests can find it hard to navigate, and the sheer amount of people in the corridors and gathering space outside the sanctuary leaves even members feeling the need to keep moving between services instead of stopping to chat with friends and family, which is a key way we care for each other. The master plan creates a larger gathering space adjacent to the existing sanctuary and to the new kitchen, with ample room to sit and visit. There are also wider walkways with higher ceilings and more natural light to improved entrances on both the east and west sides. Teaching others about God, who claims and calls us, is central to Peace's mission. The plan solves the shortage of large presentation spaces and smaller classrooms better suited for small groups by replacing the current fellowship hall with a two-story Faith Formation Center. The main level will provide a subdividable fellowship space and the upper level will hold classrooms. A new diverse family activity center will support the physical needs of the daycare and youth programs. It will also provide for new opportunities to all members and new outreach possibilities for our surrounding neighborhoods. The master plan provides for a reimagined music hub. It'll be a place where our musicians have appropriate space to prepare for their important work of enriching our worship services every week of the year. A final benefit of the master plan is unifying the exterior of the Peace campus, allowing us to project our mission to the community and welcome members, friends, and guests into Peace. Enhanced entrances and architectural elements will shine a beacon of hope and welcome toward one of the most heavily traveled corridors in the city. A feasibility team has been working on phasing and fundraising options. The current Phase 1 calls for construction of the Family Activity Center and adjoining west entrance. It also includes construction of the Music Hub to allow current space to be repurposed into the enhanced gathering space. When could all of this become a reality? The timeline was really up to the family and friends of Peace. The vision will take the generosity of all of us, so we need to give one another whatever time it takes to understand what's being proposed and why we are doing it. And when the congregation is ready, a special congregational meeting will be called. At that meeting, the final proposal, including the financing plan, will be discussed and voted on. Design and construction could begin upon the completion of the first phase of the campaign. One thing to be aware of is that the current interest rate from our lender is less than the annual increased cost of construction in Sioux Falls. In other words, it makes more sense to borrow what we need now rather than wait to raise the money first. One of the big questions will be, of course, how can we afford it? Though we have the ability to borrow the whole amount, we want to borrow as little as possible. So our capital campaign will consist of two phases. The first phase will be to gather as many cash donations as possible up front, reducing the amount we need to borrow. The second phase will be to gather pledges that will be the source of financing the monthly payments of the loan. It has been nearly 2 decades since Peace has felt God's call to expand facilities to support current and new ministries, and every one of us here has felt the generosity of God's love through Peace. Please prayerfully consider your role in the continuance of that giving. Next is coming. Let's prepare this place to continue to be an instrument of God's peace.